prepared for you. Okay, welcome to the live sprints. I'm so excited to have the lovely Anne here from In Search of Wonder. We have 0 viewers right now, so we're literally talking to no one. Hopefully, that's okay. We'll give them time to clock in. And do you just want to sprint right off the bat, give people time to click on here, and then when we're done sprinting, we can regroup and introduce ourselves and all of that. Okay. Yeah. Do you prefer 20 or 30-minute sprints?
Doesn't matter to me. I'm good either way.
I usually ask my guests because I always want to make them comfortable. I like 20-minute sprints, but some people prefer the 30 minutes. So
I think 20 is good.
20 is good? Okay. And if we feel like it's not long enough, then we can do 30 the next time around. Yeah. So we'll just say it's 7.
Okay.
Or 8 your time because it's 7:01. And so we'll just go till 20. Does that all sound okay?
Yep. Sounds good.
After. I found a cute little ball coffee shop store. Hopefully it's
cute.
Hopefully we don't get any mid-roll ads because those always scare me when we're
you never know.
All right, so I will see you guys in 20 minutes. Happy New Do you want me to mute you, Anne?
Sure.
I can mute you.
Can I? Yeah. I see.
You should be able to, but
yeah, I can.
There you go. right, friends, that was 20 minutes. Welcome, everyone, in the sprints. We have more friends now.
Well, look at everybody.
Cool. Yay. How'd you do that sprint, Anne?
Pretty good. I finished a chapter.
Yay. In your Victober book?
Yes.
Okay.
The Doctor's Wife.
The Doctor's Wife. Okay. I read 12 pages in Townshipped, which is the third book in the Getting Shipped series by Savannah Scott.
I think I read the first one in that series. Is it Friendshipped or something?
Yeah, with Trevor and Lexi.
Were they neighbors?
Yeah, and besties.
Yes.
Yeah. Besties, friends to more. Yeah.
Yes.
It's pretty cute. Savannah's
pretty I like that one.
I like her. Yeah, I read the first one, I think, in March or April, and then I read the second one in either May or June. So I'm on to the third. It's cute. It's got the amnesia trope, which I love.
Oh.
Yeah. Cute. I love the amnesia trope. So Jamie is here. Hi, Jamie.
Hi, Jamie.
Grandma Susan's here. I love Grandma Susan. Yeah, I know it's fun. I love that. Love the ambiance. I was trying to find one that was a little more like coffee shop.
Yeah.
Esque, but I couldn't really find any. They were all like mostly bookshops, and then there's like a cup of coffee sitting on the counter. I was like, well, that's close enough. It's good enough.
That one did have a really nice espresso machine on the counter. I noticed that.
Did it?
It did, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Well, cool. Awesome. Jamie is finishing Breach of Honor. She's at 78%. That's a Christian romantic suspense, I believe, right, Jamie? And no matter what, I'm finishing this book tonight, she says. You've been reading that for a while, girl.
You can do it.
427 pages. I feel like no book should be that big, especially a suspense.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Tori is at a play for her sister, but at least wanted to pop in and say hi. Hi, Tori. Welcome in.
Hi. Enjoy the play.
Hi. Elma's here. Yay.
Hi, Elma.
Hi, Elma. Love Elma. She's so funny. She cracks me up.
Yes.
Hannah Beth is here reading Tristan's Gap by Nancy Rue. I've not heard of her. Have you heard of Nancy Rue? It's amazing.
Now I want to know.
Rue, and so far it's a 5-star book. I'm going to have to make a note of that author.
Tristan's Gap.
Literally never heard of that author.
Yeah, same.
And everyone's saying hi to everyone. Love it. When you guys are interacting in the comments, it always makes things more interesting. Exciting. Hi, Christina. Welcome in, girl. How are you feeling? She messaged me the other day. She was in the ER.
Oh, no.
She thought she was having a stroke, but turns out it was just a migraine or something. I can't remember exactly what she said, but I'm glad you're okay and that it wasn't a stroke.
Yeah.
You're feeling better. Hi, Reese.
Hello.
Thanks for stopping in. Jamie got 13 pages.
Nice.
Of the book that you're going to finish tonight. Jeanette's here. Hi, Jeanette. I'm sure she's heard of Nancy Rue.
Probably.
Maybe. She's like the queen of Christian fiction. Hi, Paige. Welcome in.
Hello.
Paige just started a YouTube channel.
I saw that.
Very exciting. I love it. Tea with Elephants.
Ooh. I want to know what you think about it.
She says it might become one of her favorites this year. I think we were talking about this in Sprints the other night as well. It looks so cute, the cover.
Yeah, and such like a unique storyline. Like not your typical run-of-the-mill.
Yeah. For about a week now. You can finish it, girl. I have faith in you.
Who is the author of that one? Is that Lynette Eason or?
It was another author that I hadn't heard of before. But it is in romantic suspense, I believe, right, Jamie? Can you tell us who the author is, please? Because I don't remember. She said it so many times that I just can't ever remember.
Oh, I'm bad about names.
Yeah. Christina's doing laundry.
Oh,
well, let us know if you end up picking up anything to read. Hannah Beth's book sounds so good. Yeah, there are a lot of ones that sound very interesting tonight. Katrie's here. Hi, Katrie. Let us know what y'all are reading. You're just popping in. The book I'm reading is definitely suspense, Lucy, if you like that. It's about his daughter's goes missing.
Maybe
a mom.
That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah. Suspended in the Stars by E.A. Hendricks. I've never heard of that.
Same.
I feel so out of it when people just, it's like title after title. I haven't heard of any of them. Like, I'm an avid reader? Really?
I know, right?
Christina's feeling better. It was just a migraine. Got sent home. I'm really glad you're feeling better, hon. That was scary. She texted me stroke. I was like, oh my, we got to pray.
Yes.
You're way too young to be having a stroke, girl.
Absolutely. Okay, that name is familiar.
Janice Cantor. Used to be a cop. Some of the cop stuff sounds like make-believe that you would find on cop shows. Well, she probably did a combo of both, put some fictitious stuff in mixed with her own experiences, maybe. I don't know. I've never even heard of the author, so I guess I can't really say anything. Going to finish New Moon tonight. Then I'll read The Warden by Anthony Trollope. How about those two different books? Is that the Twilight? New Moon from the Twilight series?
I think
that's so funny. And The Warden, is that suspense or is that historical?
No, that's a classic. That's a Victorian. She's reading that for Victober, probably.
Okay.
I'll be curious what you think about it, Alma. I haven't read anything by Anthony Trollope yet, so.
Those are two very different books.
Yeah.
Alma, you crack me up. She's so funny. Nancy Drew Notebooks, The Dollhouse Mystery. Nice. Can't go wrong with Nancy Drew.
Yep.
So many great books tonight. Yes. So many comments and so many friends here tonight, you guys. Thank you for being here. Getting laundry done. Don't understand how 3 people make so much laundry. Yeah, it's just me and my husband, and I don't know how we make so much laundry between the two of us. And I'm not a huge shopper. I don't have a ton of clothes, but it feels like the laundry's never ending.
Yes. Agreed.
Trying to read Suspended in the Stars on Libby, but I couldn't finish it. I need a real book for that one. It was good. Circus in Space. Nice.
Interesting.
Can't Sprint, but wanted to say hello. Hi, Whitney. I love Whitney's channel. If y'all don't know Whitney's channel, it's so great. She's adorable. Yes, that is Twilight.
Yeah.
The Warden is for Victober. Yes, I really like The Warden. Cool. I hadn't heard of that author. I'm going to have to add it to my list of classics to check out.
Yeah, I know about him, but I've not read anything by him. I want to. I watched a mini-series adaptation of one of his books, Dr. Thorne, and that several years ago. And the adaptation was really good. So I think I want to start with that book. But it's actually the 3rd in a series, I think.
That's what it's called, Dr. Thorne?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the series called, you said?
I think it's the Barchester Tower series. I think.
Okay.
And I think the book Alma's reading might be the first one in it. But
okay.
Tell me if I'm wrong, Alma. I think that's what it is.
What is it about? Like the premise?
I don't really know. Well, I know he was like each one is about like it deals with different like religious positions in the church. Like the warden, that's a position in the church, in the
Oh,
Anglican church or whatever. Dr. Thorne, man, it's been so long, but it's kind of a convoluted storyline with like family secrets, and there's a will that's in question, and this old man that's like going to be dying, and there's a romance in there, and there's like there are two sons, and one is like a drunkard and whatever. I think he's the older son who's supposed to inherit from the old man, I think, and then a younger son. I don't know. I remember it was good, but it was some years ago. I don't remember the exact storyline.
okay. That's fair. Shannon's here. Yes, Reese, are you feeling better? Poor Reese. Had to cancel her Middle Earth sprints on Wednesday or Tuesday. I felt so bad for her. She wasn't feeling good. Hope you're feeling better, girl. Hannah says, Lucy, look up coffee shop vibes. And you should find lots of coffee or cafe ambiances. Cool.
Good to know.
I'll have to check that out. Amazing. Yes. Glad. Yay. Praise the Lord. I'm happy about that. The Warden is the first book. Okay. It is some good Victorian drama.
Nice.
Love that. Well, Anne and I prepared some questions for each other because this is our first time sprinting together. We don't know each other that well. So do you want me to ask you a question first? Or mine are pretty trivial. They're like, I feel like they're kind of boring, but
that's fine.
Your favorite color. That's the first one I wrote down.
Oh, see, you start off with a hard one.
Oh.
It's easier for me to say the colors I don't like than the colors I do like. I really don't like orange and yellow.
Okay.
But pretty much any other color, depending on the context, I can love.
Okay.
So
my favorite color is orange.
That's hilarious.
And Cheryl over at Candlewick Library, hers is yellow.
That's so funny. But see, I can appreciate orange this time of year with orange leaves and orange pumpkins. Orange has its place. Even yellow has its place.
Right.
But it all kind of depends on the context. Like, I guess like for clothing and for like colors in my house, I would not use orange or yellow. I typically go with cooler colors for like
cooler tone,
grays and blues, turquoise, teal, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, this is my favorite shade of orange. The like
Sherbert, it looks kind of like
coral
or peach. Yeah, peach from here. Yeah. I like that.
My husband's is green.
Okay.
So we have a lot of green and orange in our life. He doesn't like orange either. So
that's funny.
He doesn't like it at all. Yeah. So do you want to like take turns asking questions, or do you want me to? Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'll ask you a similar question. What's your favorite food?
That was my number 2. So perfect.
Oh, okay.
I am a foodie. I just love food in general, but it's a toss. Are we talking like cuisine or like a specific food?
Either way.
Because for cuisine, it's a toss-up between Mexican and Italian. I love both of those equally. But I don't know. Like my instinct is saying pizza because I can't eat it because of my dairy allergy. But
that stinks.
Yeah, it's awful. But I order nachos more than anything when we go out to eat.
Okay.
So I might say nachos. What about
nachos you? Are good. Yeah, I don't know. I would agree with the Mexican and Italian. Although I do like a really good steak. Like I'm not super picky about it. It just like, a nice tender
juicy steak.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is good.
Do you like it? Do you like it well done? Do you like it?
I usually order it medium well. I don't like it brown all the way through, but I don't
Right.
like too much red either. Like it
So no
feels
blood.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I like it a little pink, but I don't want
yeah.
it runny. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want it
Yes,
to
yeah,
bleed. My
exactly.
dad
So,
my dad always ordered it like he'd always say, "I want it still kind of oinking."
wow.
No,
No, no, no, no, no, no. I don't want
and
it
then
to
just
walk off my plate.
yeah, and a juicy burger is always good too once in a while.
Yes, a good
Yeah,
burger.
I just
Mhm.
love food.
Yeah.
I love food. How long have you been married?
Um, Let me do a little math here. So, 18 years. Wow, is it really going to be 19 years next February? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. How about
The
you?
Valentine's is it Valentine's? Is that around your
Um,
anniversary?
Actually,
That'd
it's
be really cute.
February 25th
Okay.
because flowers were cheaper by half after Valentine's Day.
Oh, I believe
So,
it.
and particularly I wanted roses at my wedding, and roses were twice the cost before Valentine's Day, but they
Okay.
were half the cost after Valentine's Day. So that's
Wow.
why we got married after Valentine's Day. So it
That's
was
awesome.
frugality.
Okay. It's 11 years in July we were married. So, not quite as long as you, but married life is awesome. I love it.
Yes. Yep.
Uh,
All right, my turn.
yeah.
Let's see. Well, on the family topic, do you have any siblings? I know you have nieces, so you must have siblings or
I
siblings.
have one younger sister.
Okay.
And then I have a couple of like surrogate sisters who like there aren't any blood or even legal relation, but like their kids have grown up calling me auntie and
Oh,
Steve
that's fun.
uncle. So they're just like surrogate sisters basically. But yeah, I have one younger sister who is 2.5 years younger than me. So
Okay. Cool.
you?
I have 10 siblings.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. 6 sisters and 4 brothers.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. Lots of kids.
That's nuts. Where do you fall in the
I'm in the middle. I'm in the
Okay.
middle. Number
Okay.
6. So
Wow.
I tell people it's like being the middle child on steroids when you're the middle of 11. It's like Anne who? We don't know any Anne.
Oh, wow. Wow. I can't imagine. Is
Yeah.
Christmas like so ridiculously expensive, or do you guys draw names?
Oh, we draw names. We draw names. We were just
Okay.
talking about that the other day that we need to do that for this year. Yeah, we definitely we always, since as long as I can remember, we have drawn names.
Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, that would be
That would be
crazy.
so expensive
It would
with
be.
nieces and nephews and everything like that too.
Well,
That
some of my sisters actually do buy presents for all the grandkids, which is crazy.
wow.
Those of us who are married with kids, we don't do that. The nieces and nephews exchange names also.
Okay.
So the second generation exchanges names. But yeah, some of my sisters who are single, they buy all the kids something, and it's crazy.
That's
Very sweet.
nuts.
Yeah, even when just those of us who live in Virginia get together for Christmas, it's crazy. Like the presents start under the tree and they go like halfway into the room.
Do you need like 3 Christmas trees?
Oh, we have 2.
Yeah,
We have
I'm
one
sure.
for the adults, and one for the kids.
That's awesome. I love that though. That's amazing. Do you have any pets?
I don't. No, we did have. Okay, so I feel a little stupid. We did have bunnies because our kids begged and begged and begged for a pet, and they really wanted my younger son, by the way, I don't know if I told you this, he loves huskies. Like he's enamored with huskies. He
Aw.
would love to have a husky. But anyways, we're not home enough to take care of a dog, and we really don't have a very big house. So
Okay.
anyway, my husband doesn't like, he loves dogs, but he doesn't want to like have
Take
one
care
in
of it.
have it be crated all day. Well, he doesn't want it to be like crated all day or
Right.
whatever and that kind of thing. So anyway, so we compromised and we got bunnies a few years back, and we had them for it was over a year, but maybe a year and a half or whatever. But we should have researched a little more. The kind of bunnies that we got, I think they were called like Dutch something or other, Dutch spot or something like that. They were very like, they were not like the friendly kind. They weren't like the lop-eared kind that are cuddly and let you hold them and everything. They would not. They would come up to us if we had like food in our hand, and they would sit as long as we had the food, and they'd eat it from our hand, and then they'd like dash away. And they wouldn't ever, like, we couldn't pick them up. They would like hop out. And then but the biggest issue was that their claws kept, like, you have to clip them, like a dog or a cat or something.
Mhm.
But because they're so fast and they don't want you to hold them, like it was impossible. And
Yeah.
like we watched so many YouTube videos about how to do it. And we like read these articles about how to do it. We tried all of these different things and these different tricks, and we would get like one clipped, and then they would be like, "Oh, I'm onto you. I know what you're doing." And they're so fast, they would like dash away from us. And so it got to the point that their little claws were so long. I was so afraid that they would like catch on something, and then like tear and get infected or something. I was really
They're
just
so
worried about
funny.
them. And they don't, like, a regular pet grooming service, they're considered exotic pets. So
Yep.
you can't take them to a regular grooming service. So and I was like, "Well, I'm not going to pay for a vet visit like every month or something to clip their claws." So we ended up giving them into the Humane Society, which felt like a failure. And I felt horrible. But but we didn't know how to clip their claws. And actually
It's so funny.
on the form, to like when you give them back to the Humane Society, that was actually like, there was a list of possible reasons why you could like say we want to rehome these bunnies. One of the options was that you can't clip their claws.
That's
So I was
so
like,
funny.
well, I guess we're not the only ones that have this problem, but yeah.
That's so funny that you say bunnies, because when Steve and I first got married, we compromised because he's a cat person when we
Yeah.
got married, and I was more of a dog person. So we compromised and we got rabbits. Little to my knowledge, I am deathly allergic to the hay.
Oh
you'll
no.
just
Oh yeah,
get.
that happens. Yeah.
And they smell so bad, Anne. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think people understand that if you literally don't change their litter every day,
Oh,
your
yeah.
house just reeks like so bad. And I felt bad because he literally had to take care of all of it because
Yeah.
I'm allergic to hay. Like, I would not just start sneezing, but like if it touched me, I would like break out in
Yeah.
hives and everything. So
I know someone who's very allergic to the hay.
I just felt so bad because he had to literally do all of the care for them. And
Yeah.
so then finally we bought a house and we're like, okay, we're going to get a dog. And we compromised, and he got to choose the breed because he wanted a cat, but we couldn't get cats because I'm allergic.
Yeah.
So he chose the breed, and he chose the husky because the wolf is his favorite animal. So
Well, there you go.
the closest thing to a wolf he'll ever have.
That's cool. What kind of rabbits did you have? Did you have the
We
fluffy
had,
or the
yeah, they were all kind of jerks though. Like we had 5 different ones over the course of like the first.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't know why we kept getting them. He apparently, it didn't bother him that much that he had to take care of it all, but yeah, we had the little Holland Lops. She was our first. Her name was Riley.
Okay. Yeah,
And
they
she
have
was-
the big ears.
Yep,
Yeah.
the floppy ears. And she was just not very nice. She actually bit my nephew, Joseph.
Oh.
Yeah.
See,
and
I've
her
heard
blood.
that usually those are really nice usually.
Yeah,
Ours weren't
they-
mean like that. They didn't, I think they were just perpetually scared of us, because they were like, not that they had reason to be, because like we took good
Yeah.
care of them, but like they're just
Kiddish.
like that was their nature, like they're a prey, they're used to
Yeah.
being the prey, and
Yeah.
so they would like they didn't want to cuddle with us or sit with us, whatever. They were kind of like, you give me food and that's pretty cool, but otherwise.
In general, they aren't cuddly animals. It's a big misconception that bunnies are cuddly and sweet. That in general, they aren't.
Yeah.
We learned that the hard way.
Yeah. Well,
One of
when I see people because we were in like all of these bunny Facebook groups or whatever, when I see people with the cuddly ones, it's always the lop-eared ones. It's never the little Dutch ones with the little short ears like we had.
Yeah,
and people would say, "Oh yeah, they're pretty standoffish."
Are you familiar with the Flemish giants?
I've seen them, yeah.
They are like big teddy bears, apparently.
Yeah.
Like you can pick them up and they'll just lay in your lap, and they're these cute. Yeah, like I wanted so badly, but they're like so expensive.
Yeah.
I need to like go on to like the black market or whatever to try to find them. So
yeah.
But yeah, none of ours were super cuddly. We had one who was of the five that we had, I would say Marvin was the most cuddly, and he was like funny one because he had one ear that was up and one ear that was and he was a chunker, like he was a big boy, but he's probably the one that like was the most cuddly. But in general, I don't think rabbits are the most cuddly, and people think they are. So
yeah,
but that's okay.
Yeah,
sorry,
they were cute. We enjoyed having them.
They're cute, but they stink. That was like one of the biggest things for me. It was when that litter box did get changed and started to stink in our house. So
yeah, we had to do that regularly. I mean, I guess with any pet, there's some kind of cleanup maintenance that has to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not fun.
Hannah likes aqua blue. Oh, I didn't realize that they were all answering in the comments. Sorry, guys. We got chatty. Jamie likes burnt orange and
that's hilarious.
But my all-time favorite is teal. Yes, teal is a close second for me, actually.
Yes, teal is very pretty.
Orange and teal kind of look pretty together.
They do complement each other very well.
Yeah, green is Reese's, followed closely by blue. That says lavender. Lavender is very pretty. Lavender's blue, dilly, dilly. I love that song. Like, no one knows that song. Thank you for knowing that song. I like Periwinkle, too. That's another good one.
Oh, Periwinkle is nice. Rust color orange. I like it.
Spaghetti with tacos and close second. Oh, yeah. Spaghetti is so good.
Yeah.
Spaghetti is so yummy.
A lot of food.
Thai and Vietnamese.
Oh.
Those are two I haven't eaten a ton of, honestly.
I haven't had a lot. I do like lemongrass chicken. I think that's Vietnamese.
That sounds amazing.
It's really good. Oh, congratulations.
5 years. That's a milestone to be proud of. The first 5 years are the hardest, I think. Yes. That's awesome to have such a big family. My mom had 6 kids. I only have 3, and sometimes I wish I would have had more.
Yeah, especially as they get older.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wrap my brain around what it would be like to grow up with 10 siblings.
Yeah, it's loud. That's the main thing.
Oh, that's okay, Reese. I hope you have a great night. This is like way past her bedtime. She's got an old soul. She's in bed by 8 usually.
Wow.
I love you, Reese. Have a great evening. All right. Well, should we sprint?
Sure.
We can do a few more questions after this sprint. And was 20 long enough, you think? Were
Yeah,
you okay
that
with
was good. I like 20.
Okay, sounds good. So it's 50 now. So we'll go to 10 after.
All right.
I'm so happy you're here tonight, Anne. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, I love it. All right, guys. You got your mic or you want me to get it? You got it. Perfect. All right, that was 20 minutes.
Woo.
I read another 12 pages.
Good job.
How did you do?
Well, I finished the second chapter that I was supposed to read today in The Doctor's Wife. So then I was looking for something fun to read. Tried one book and got like 3 paragraphs in and was like, nope.
Did you read in that little collection of rom-coms?
Actually, yes, I did. And I didn't even realize, like, I started the first story in that collection like a few days ago, and I didn't realize I'd almost finished it. There were like 2 pages left in it.
Okay.
And I read those. So then I was like looking for I was just looking for, I don't know. I was like trying to find
Are you in a slump, Anne?
No, I'm not in a slump. I'm just like trying to find the perfect fun fall read. Haven't really succeeded so far. But did any of you guys get any of those books that were free? I think it was yesterday. There was like 125 free, clean. A lot of them were Christian ebooks.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I saw it on Facebook and YouTube. People were sharing links. I forget what I don't know who like organized it, but it was a bunch of ebooks by a variety of authors. I think a lot of them were independently published, not all of them, but I think like a lot of them were. And they just made available one of their books for free. And there were a bunch of different categories like romantic suspense, rom-com, Christian fiction, but they were all clean romances.
Oh my gosh, I wish I would have known about this.
Yeah, so I got a couple and I tried one, and I'm not even going to say what it was because like it on the first page, the grammar was so bad. And I'm not a grammar snob because I hate grammar, and like, but when you mix like the different verb tenses in the same sentence, like that's obvious.
I'm an English major in college, so I'm kind of a grammar snob. So
okay, you would have been cringing because if I notice poor grammar, that means it's really bad. So
you'll have to text me the title so that I can avoid it.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a fail. So then I found another one that was by Carolyn Miller, which I have read quite a few of her Regency romances, but this one that she had in this that she was giving away was in her Muskoka series. I don't know how to say it. Muskoka, it's a place. I don't know where.
Okay.
But anyways, and I think it's a hockey series. Like it's all about like hockey player romance, whatever.
Okay.
And this is not the first one in this series, but I think they're all kind of like standalone that you can read. So anyway, I started that one, but I got like a page or 2.
Okay. So is that what you're gonna stick with, you think? Or try?
We'll see. I decided to open that one up because it had like a pretty cover with like autumn leaves in front of a body of water that was reflecting in it. It was a really pretty autumnal sort of looking picture. So
we like the autumnal vibes right now.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
It's very important.
Yes, I agree. So far, I failed at finding it, but I'm trying.
And you said you canceled your KU?
Yes.
Sad.
I know.
Was it a frugality thing or just you weren't using it?
I just couldn't justify. Like, if I read 2 or 3 books on it, it would be totally worth it because, or maybe even just 2, it would be totally worth it, the cost of it. But I wasn't, not on a regular basis. So
that's fair.
Yeah, I couldn't justify it.
I feel like I read on it too much.
Yeah.
For as many books I have on my physical TBR, I feel like I should be reading on it less. So it's worth it to me, but I also
and there are so many books on Kindle Unlimited. It's not like there was a lack of books for me to read on there. like they had so many books that I was interested in that I also want to read, but I just kept reading books that weren't on Kindle Unlimited.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay.
I have a hard time getting Christian fiction at my library too, so that could be part of it.
Yeah.
I feel like I have more options on KU than going to my library. Like they can order it for me, but it usually takes like weeks before they can get it for me. So
right.
I just weighed the pros and the cons, but
yeah,
probably shouldn't read.
Definitely a good deal if you read books on it.
Yeah. I feel that I'm neglecting my physical TBR though, so could be problematic in that way.
Yeah, but if you're enjoying what you're reading, it's okay.
That's fair. I suppose. You're right. I just always feel guilty. I'm like, here I go, reading another ebook when I have all of these other books that are just collecting dust right now. So Paige's dad has 2 siblings. Mom has 3, total of 10 grandkids, 5 on each side. So how many siblings do you have, Paige? I'm curious. I don't know if I've ever asked you that. Hi, Morgan. Welcome in. This woman is crazy. She reads like 40 pages in like a 20-minute sprint. Morgan does.
Wow.
She's insane. Yeah, she's nuts.
That's amazing.
That's like not human.
Look at my son, my oldest son. He reads so fast and he understands what he reads.
I covet that ability.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Hi, Christine. Welcome in. I'm so excited to see your vlog.
Secret reading.
That's exciting. A secret reading vlog. That's intriguing.
Nice.
Hey, Jeanette.
Oh man, so close.
We're gonna have to do one more sprint at least.
That's right.
Jeanette can finish her book.
Jeanette can finish her book.
Katrie read 17 pages in Jurassic Park. I still need to read Michael Crichton. I haven't read him yet.
I've never.
And Katrie and Cheryl like love him.
Yeah.
And they love Jurassic Park. They say it's so good. And I love the movie. But they're like, oh, the book is so much better. I'm like, okay, but I'm scared because it's horror. Yeah.
Getting closer and closer.
Yes. Girl, you're going to do it. I have faith in you. You can do it. Did get the free ebooks. I didn't download all of them.
Yeah.
I wish I would have known about this.
Yeah, I just picked like 5 or 6 of them.
So bummed. I love free.
Yes. Free is nice.
Didn't see any I wanted. Did you just get the 2, Anne?
I got a few. I got another author that was on there that I've read before, and like some of her books is Kristen Billerbeck. There was one by Mandy Blake, which I've never read, but Amanda at Book Lover Amanda is always talking about her. So
yes, I've heard
on there. So I got one of those, and then Casey Stockton and Laura Beers are historical romance authors that I've read before. So I got one of each of theirs.
I'm so jealous. I'm so sad I didn't know about it. I would have been all over that.
Oh, thank you, Jeanette, for informing me. Okay, that's good to know.
Is it a series?
Yes.
Yeah, all of the series you were talking about?
Titles, yes, the players are on like the Toronto hockey team or whatever, and all of the titles start with Muskoka.
Oh, how have I not heard of these? Are they on KU, Jeanette? So that sounds like right up my alley. Because I need more books to read, don't I?
Carolyn Miller's a good author. I mean, like I said, I've only read her Regency ones, but those were all good.
Okay, none of them are on KU. But
oh, that stinks.
Yeah, that's okay. I can probably maybe try to get them on the library. We'll see. Jeanette says she's starting a Carolyn Miller hockey book as soon as she finishes her current read. The one that you only have 10 pages left in?
Yeah.
You'll finish that tonight, Jeanette. I'm so, that's exciting. It's so satisfying when you can finish a book during a sprint. Hello, Ellie. This is Alma's daughter.
Hello.
How are you doing? I'm doing good. Good to see you, Ellie. Thanks for stopping in. Are you still reading Wonder? That's what she was reading last time. She hopped into sprints. Didn't think I would end up reading enough, but I'm reading. Okay. Good.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. I think I need to be like on a schedule. Like, allow myself to read like 2 from KU and then like 1 physical. And then read 1 from KU and then read a physical. I need to be more disciplined because my physical TBR is out of control. Like, it's bad.
Yeah, I think we all understand that.
Jamie, are you going to read them too, Jamie? Hi, DC.
Hello, Celestia.
Welcome. So good to see you. Are you reading with us, girl? 1 free trial apparently in Canada. Oh, that's rough.
Yeah.
But you should take advantage of it while you can, though. The free trial, because then you can decide if it's worth it or not for you. 6 hockey series.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Are they all by Carolyn Miller? The 6 hockey, or are those the like I'm so out of it.
I think she's saying there are 2 hockey series, and the Muskoka one is the second one, I think.
Okay, but are the original 6, are they from Carolyn Miller also?
I believe so.
Okay. Christy and Celestria are saying hello. I'm so excited to see Christy and Celestria.
Oh, that one looks good.
Jamie Jo Wright. That's her newest one, right?
Yeah.
I still have to read her. I feel that's so shameful.
I'm so behind on her. She writes so many. She writes 2 a year, and I'm so behind.
But you've read her at least, right?
I have. I read a few.
Is she good? And you like her?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to check her out. She's on my list of authors to try. Her and I think Christy Cameron was the other one. And who's the one that wrote The Letter Tree? What's her name? What's her?
Rachel Fulham.
Yeah, those are the 3 authors that are like top of my list to try. On and off for years. It's just sad because I hear in the US you get more free trials available.
Yeah, and sometimes they have like 99-cent deals or something.
Yeah. Cool. Christy, are you reading? If so, what are you reading? They got a big readathon going on right now. Christy and Cece do. The Middle Earth one.
Yeah.
So have the Night of the Twisters. Wonder's so good. Have you read Wonder, Anne?
No, I want to.
Oh no, it's so good.
Yeah, it seems like it would
so
be.
Good. I think it was my first 5-star this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was my first 5-star. And Jamie is reading House of Foster Hill. Haven't picked it up much because of Breach of Honor. Are you listening to Breach of Honor, Jamie? I'm assuming she is. All by Carolyn Miller. I think she has 3 or 4 hockey series. Original 6 is the first one, but I don't know the exact order of the others. Okay, that's
wow.
fair.
I didn't realize she had that many.
That's crazy. I've never even heard of that author, so I feel really out of it. But do you want to do a few more questions, Anne?
Sure.
Okay. Do you have a favorite movie?
Oh.
What's your favorite movie?
Well, this is not going to surprise anybody, but the 1995 Pride and Prejudice.
That's not the one with Keira Knightley, is it?
No. Mm-mm. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, 1995. That's the right one. Yeah, because that was 2005, right? The one with Keira Knightley. Yeah, 95 is the BBC one. That's
Okay.
the one I like. Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I've seen the one with Keira Knightley and it's good, but I like the BBC one because they it's so true to the story. Like
That's
it's
what
the
I've heard.
story that you read. Yeah.
I've heard. I've heard. I have a very unpopular opinion. I don't like Darcy.
Oh, that's fair. Well, I
Like,
mean, he's not very likable for 75% of the book. So,
yeah.
and the proposal is
He is
awful.
a little better at the end of the book. And I do prefer him in the book to the movies. Like, I really don't like the dude that they cast in the 2005
Oh, yeah.
adaptation. I really don't like him.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. And I never saw the BBC version. I'm sorry. Don't come at me.
Oh, that's okay.
I don't
It's
know.
really good, though.
I always preferred Knightley from Emma.
Oh, yes. I do love Mr. Knightley.
I just adore him. He's so
Yes.
swoony.
And I love how Austen does the friends to lovers trope in Emma. It's
Yep,
just
it's so good. So good.
yeah,
It's so
I do
good.
like that.
Emma is my favorite Jane Austen.
Yeah. On some days it's mine too.
I've only read those two though. Like, so to be fair, I don't know comparatively if it is, but of those two, Emma is my favorite. But
it's a good one.
It's so good. And I love that Clueless is based off it. Like, that just makes my heart happy.
There are a lot of spin-offs of Emma.
Yeah. Clueless is one of my favorites though. I'm not gonna lie.
It's been a long time since I've seen that.
Have you seen the adaptation with Gwyneth Paltrow?
Yes, that's really good.
So good. And I love Knightley in that.
Yes. So yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Do you have a question?
Oh, my turn? Yeah. Let's see. What is your favorite place to vacation?
Well, it's hard because I've been to Hawaii.
Oh.
And that was like it was one of the most awe-inspiring times because we went to Pearl Harbor.
Oh, yeah.
And I've said this before, but like I've been rendered I'm a woman of many words, as most of y'all know. I'm not shy at all. But there are 3 times in my life that I've been rendered speechless. One was at Pearl Harbor. One was at the top of Pikes Peak in Colorado, and the other time was at the 9/11 memorial.
Oh, yeah.
But Pearl Harbor happened first, and I feel like it's just there are no words. There are no words to explain. But the water in the ocean at Hawaii, because I've been to both like Florida and to Hawaii, so like I'm really bad at geography. I don't know which one's the Atlantic, which one's the Pacific, but I've been to both. And at Hawaii, like I got up to here in the water, and I could still see my feet.
Wow.
That's how crystal clear it is. It's so incredible. And the sand in Hawaii is just like butter. Like it's not like the scratchy, itchy stuff that you have over on the East Coast.
Yeah.
It's like butter between your toes. So that's one of the best places. I would love to take Steve back there because he's never been. But a couple summers ago, Steve took me to New York because I had never been, and he'd been multiple times. And that was one of the best times I've ever. Ironically, the 9/11, the time I was rendered speechless. So
yeah,
I would go back to either of those places because they were both pretty iconic. Yeah. How about you?
Oh, that's really hard. Hawaii, I really, really, really loved. That was amazing.
Which island did you go to?
We went to Oahu.
Did you?
Yeah, we went to the Pearl Harbor also. It was really I don't know what the best adjective is. It was quite a moment when we were there. There was a Navy sailor who was there. He was a younger guy, but he came and he was paying his respects at the wall where they have like all of the names and stuff, and he was saluting and everything, and everybody behind him was just like quiet and allowing him to have his moment. And that was kind of, I don't know the best adjective to describe it, but
Humbling.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, so that was amazing. It was amazing to see like the oil still like bubbling up. That was crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But Oahu was just so beautiful. Like everywhere, it's just beautiful.
Yeah.
So
you know what I was talking about, where you could go out this far and see.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and the color
Clear
of
water.
it, just beautiful.
And the produce out there, the produce tastes.
Oh yes.
So different out there. It's so fresh and amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that's okay. I mean, it's hard to answer. Cause I love Hawaii, but it's not someplace, like you can go every day because
Right. It's expensive.
Kind of expensive. But same with Alaska. We went last year we went to Alaska on the first half was a missions trip, and then and our whole family went. And then the next week I stayed in Alaska and my sisters went up there. So we had like a sister trip in Alaska. And I also loved Alaska so much. And it was like Alaska, Hawaii, Alaska, Hawaii. I don't know. They're both so amazing, but they're like opposites of each other, but they're both amazing. Alaska, just the scenery was so, breathtaking. And we for the missions trip part, we were in Homer, Alaska, and they have this like string of volcanoes across the bay from Homer. And the scenery every day was just like the colors and the view, even when it was cloudy and you couldn't really see the volcanoes, it's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
I've never been to Alaska and I want to go so bad.
It is. My boys would tell you immediately, hands down, it's their favorite place they've ever been. They just loved it so much.
Yeah. I'm sure we'd fit right in too with our Huskies.
Yeah.
We could actually teach them to mush.
There you go.
What's your favorite books of the Old and New Testament?
Ooh, good question. In the Old Testament, it would be a toss-up between Genesis and Psalms.
Okay.
Yeah, because Genesis, there are so many like great characters, like stories, and so many foundational truths in Genesis. But then Psalms, like you can't beat the Psalms for for devotional reading and for whatever emotion you are experiencing, it is reflected in the Psalms, and you can find Psalms that help express what you're feeling and speak to whatever you're feeling or going through, or so that for the Old Testament. For the New Testament, it usually ends up being whichever book I most recently studied. Which for me was Colossians, because I studied Colossians through the summer, and it was really good. I really enjoyed.
I love Colossians.
Yeah, it's really good. What about you?
For the Old Testament, it's a toss-up between Hosea and
That's a good one.
Esther. I love both of those stories so much. But for the New Testament, it's James, hands down.
Oh, yeah.
I love James. Yeah. The comments are blowing up. And
Yes, we should catch up with them.
Jamie says that is an ebook. It's not an audio. Okay. I was just confused because you said that. Your physical book. Oh, you did. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I was just confused. Christy says tonight's a struggle. Oh, a snuggle up and read kind of night in North Carolina, reading Cinders, Stars, and Glass Slippers. Almost done. So good. Is that a Cinder?
530 pages. Whoa.
Is that a fairy tale retelling? I'm of the opinion that a fairy tale retelling should not be 500 pages.
That is long.
That's a lot.
Retelling though.
Celestia is only 6 chapters in, so she's still being introduced to characters.
I forget what she said she was reading.
The Spectres of the Glass House, the newest Jamie Jo Wright. It was my favorite subject in high school, and originally I wanted to be an English teacher, but after a semester in a classroom, that desire changed very quickly. I learned very quickly that I'm not a morning person, and I have no control over a classroom. I have no control over a classroom. So I ended up dropping the education part. But I just love literature. I love to learn. Yeah, that's really it. It's my favorite subject in high school. So thank you for asking, Beth. Yes, I love Emma. Deserty areas or the mountains?
Deserty areas. I don't know that I've ever. I mean, so I've driven through deserty areas.
So would that be like Arizona and Utah?
Yeah.
Wyoming? I would go to the Grand Canyon. That would be one place in the desert that I would want to go see. I don't know that I would stay there for full-on vacation, but I would drive through and stop at the Grand Canyon just to see it. Have you seen it?
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
you have?
Yeah, it's amazing.
I'm so jealous. Favorite movies: Lord of the Rings trilogy. It's a very popular opinion here in Christian BookTube.
Yeah.
I haven't read any of the books or seen any movies. Have you, Anne?
No. Nope.
Yeah, I'm so glad I'm not the only one.
I know. I just fantasy doesn't appeal to me. Like, I know I'm weird. I'm so weird. At least for my generation.
It's such a common genre that people love.
Yeah.
In this community too. So I always feel outnumbered.
Yes. And I don't really have a reason why I don't.
Right.
I'm just not drawn to it. Doesn't appeal to me.
That's kind of where I'm at. But everything that I've read that's fantasy, well, with the exception of Wistress, I've enjoyed for the most part. Like I really liked Resistance. Like I said, from the Ilion Chronicles, I was actually surprised that I liked it, and I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. So I don't know why, but
yeah,
it's okay. We can be anti-fantasy together.
There we go.
Grand Lake in Oklahoma.
I've never been there.
Never even heard of that. Sounds intriguing, though.
Which year are you thinking, Beth? Because there's one from the 90s, I think, what's the guy's name? Ciarán Hinds or something like that. That's the only one I've seen, which was good.
Shannon, are you out east, or I always forget where she is?
She's in North Carolina or Tennessee, I think.
Can I just say I love her channel, by the way? Yes. Like the aesthetic of her videos it's stunning. Like
I agree.
And I love the element that she's never, like, she's always behind camera and she doesn't show her face. I just think it's very intriguing and very elusive. I love the elusiveness of that.
Yes.
It's so very creative and fun, and I appreciate her channel a lot.
Oh, Ruth is good too.
Oh, I forgot about Ruth. Yes, Ruth is really awesome as well. And Romans. There's so many nuggets in Romans. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Romans and Acts. I always feel like they just have so many nuggets. Cinderella retelling that's 500 pages long. Girl,
Wow.
that's dedication. God bless you. Almost
Oh,
gonna
wow.
finish New Moon.
I did not
You're
realize
gonna-
they were that long.
Oh my gosh. I never read Twilight either. Did you? And
Mm-mm.
no,
Mm-mm. Nope.
I'm not I don't really like the paranatural or the paranormal stories either.
Yeah,
Like, I'm not a
same.
Twilight girly. I don't really do vampires or werewolves or kind of freaks me
No.
out, to being honest. That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking it. I don't want people
Oh,
to think that
absolutely.
I'm like trying to tell you that you're stupid or bad if you like fantasy. It's not my go-to genre ever.
Well, and I think the one reason why a lot of people write fantasy, and I think it's a good thing about it, is because you can do anything in a fantasy world. Like, you're not hindered by the reality of the things that
Mhm.
limit us in the real
Right.
world, right? So you
It's
can explore a lot more things in your
yeah,
story, and you can go places
yeah,
that you can't go in a realistic
right,
novel. So
right.
there's so much value in it. I see the value. I don't know.
It plays into the escapism
Yeah.
for people
Mhm.
that love to read fantasy. I can see how that
Oh,
would
absolutely. Yeah.
be intriguing and appealing.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. I like that one. That's the only one I've seen. I haven't seen any other Persuasion. Oh, Georgia.
Shannon's in Georgia. Yeah, you and Celestia should meet up. You guys are both in Georgia. Well, it's true, girl. Your channel is awesome. I love it. Does anyone else not listen to Christian radio when they're doing fundraising? I don't. Bad because I'm broke as a joke. Yeah, sometimes I have to change the channel because I feel bad that I can't give all the time. You shouldn't feel guilty though, girl.
No.
You just give what you can give, and God will bless that. Oh, that's so funny.
That is funny.
No, you guys aren't. I'm just saying why most people read fantasy. Escape this world. Yeah, the escapism. I can
Yeah.
understand that wholeheartedly. All right. Well, we are 2 minutes until 1:45. Should we sprint?
Sure.
Okay. How late do you want to go tonight, Anne? I want to be respectful of your time.
It doesn't matter to me.
Okay. We all have church in the morning, so we all have church in the morning,
We
so
all have church in the morning, yes, and I have to be there, yes, at 8 something in the morning. But
oh yeah, same.
yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll do this sprint and then we'll come back and talk about how we're feeling
Okay, sounds good.
and do a couple more questions maybe.
Alrighty.
It's so fun. All right, we will go till 5 after.
Okie dokie.
Happy reading. God bless you all. See you in 20. That was 20 minutes. I
All
feel like it
right.
went so fast.
What?
I feel like it went so fast.
Yes.
I read 13 pages that time.
Good.
Did you
I
make progress?
read a chapter in Muskoka Shores.
Oh, nice. Is it okay?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it was quite the chapter. I mean,
This is the hockey story.
yeah. Yeah, it starts off with the main character. She's at a wedding. She works at a resort, and so she's at a wedding, but she knows like a lot of the people that are in the wedding. But then she goes home and finds her boyfriend and her roommate together.
Oh no.
Yeah. And she kicks them out of her house.
Good for her though.
Yeah. So that's how the book starts. Starts off with a bang.
Oh geez.
Yeah.
Is she just supposed to be a clean author, or is she Christian? Is it
I think she's Christian. Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, because now I started the second chapter and she's at church now. She teaches a kid's Sunday school class. So she's
Okay.
about
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm. This is probably gonna sound crazy, but I'm not used to you reading like little rom coms. When I think of Anne, I think of like classics and historicals and nonfiction. So it's throwing me a little.
Well, I don't read a lot of contemporary because it's
In
not
general, I know.
contemporary is not my favorite,
Yeah.
but I do like my favorite light kind of read is a Regency romance or a Regency rom-com. Those are my favorite. But I like a
Okay.
good contemporary. Well, I guess in the past couple of years I've read a few that I've really enjoyed, but
Would you choose contemporary over fantasy?
yes. Yes. Yes, I would.
Okay.
Generally speaking. The only times I read fantasy is if it fits like a prompt for a reading challenge or something,
Okay.
or like, it's part of a
Like
reading
the
challenge.
genre of the month or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's not that I've hated any that I've read. I've not read many, but
I
yeah.
haven't either. I've read Harry Potter. I read Resistance. Oh, I read some of the Chronicles of Narnia. Those would be considered fantasy, wouldn't they?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And then I read Wistress.
Yeah.
Back to Wistress. I'm sorry, Cece. I've already talked to her about it. She knows. That's so funny.
I kind of want to read is it Tress of the Emerald Sea? Because I've not read anything by Brandon Sanderson, but that one
He
sounds
scares me. That's intense fantasy. And
well, his books are
go
so
big or go home, I guess.
What? Yeah, I know, right?
Go big
Well,
or go home.
that one is, I think, one of his shorter ones. And apparently it's very unlike his others, or so I've heard. I don't really know. I'm talking about stuff I don't really know. But it does. People say that he was inspired by Princess Bride, and I did like the Princess Bride. I liked the Princess.
Oh yeah, I like that movie. Did you
Yeah.
read the book?
Mm-hmm.
Princess Bride book?
Yeah,
Really?
the book is a lot like the movie. Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
You don't hear that often. Usually people are like, they're not at all alike.
Right. No, I reading the book was a very similar experience to watching the movie.
Oh, that's funny. Did you read the book or watch the movie first?
I watched the movie first.
Okay.
Yeah. I had seen the movie quite a few times before I read the book. So
Nice. Yay, Jeanette finished her book.
woohoo!
Yahoo. So now she's going to move on to Carolyn Miller, I think she said, didn't she?
Yes. Yes.
20 pages of Jurassic Park. Awesome, Katri. Love that.
Nice.
Christine. Yay, I'm excited for the vlog, Jeanette. I'm excited. I like your vlogs. I like her bonkers game too. That's very fun.
Yes.
Well, we're caught up with comments. Should we ask a couple more questions?
Sure.
Cool. Okay. What is your favorite book you've read so far this year, would you say?
Oh, this year.
That wasn't a reread.
Okay. Let's see if I can answer that without having to get my reading journal. My memory is so bad.
Yeah, same.
Trying to remember what I've read this year. That wasn't a reread. Oh, yes. What is the name of the book? Born of Gilded Mountains by Amanda Dykes.
Okay. That's historical, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So good.
I need to check.
Yes. Miriam and I read that as a buddy read, and we both were just like gushing over it the whole time.
Is it a romance?
Actually, there is a romance thread in the story, but the main character is single throughout the book and has no love interest. And apparently Amanda Dykes did that intentionally because one of her readers just commented to her one time, was like, I would love to read a book with a single main character for once. And so she basically wrote it for her, or with that in mind.
Nice.
So
cool. I'm gonna have to check it out. I don't know what mine is. Anne of Green Gables really is a contender for my favorite read this year so far.
That is a really, really good one.
Oh my gosh. How have I just don't know how I went so long without reading. Because I grew up on her. I grew up on the Megan Fallows adaptation. I grew up on that.
Mm-hmm,
so
me too.
I love it, but her writing is so whimsical and just entrancing and lovely. And there's I can't think of any other adjectives that do it justice, but it's just I feel like it just bring her writing and her storytelling skills bring Anne's character to life so much more. And that's saying a lot because Megan Fallows did a fantastic job at portraying her.
Yeah. Well, and the character of Anne is such, like, she's my favorite character in like all of the books I've read. Like, she's just such a unique and yet real character. You know, she's not like
real and flawed, and I love that.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
Flawed. But so, like she's very sassy, but she has her humble moments too, which I love. She's so cute. I love it.
Yes.
I love that you have her name. You should tell people she's your namesake.
Yeah. Yeah. I do very often when people ask me what my name is, I say Anne with an E.
I love
that. Especially if like I'm in a situation where they're writing my name, because it's not me if it's just A-N-N and I see that and I'm like, yeah, that's not me. It needs to be me.
I love that. I absolutely 100% love that. Yeah.
All right. I have a question for you. Do you, because not everybody does, do you enjoy shopping at places like thrift stores, yard sales, and flea markets?
I do, but I don't do that very often. Thrift stores I frequent for the books.
Yes. Yeah, it's a good place to get books.
I spend way too much time in the book department. I don't really shop in general. I'm not a big shopper. It's quite ironic because I work at a TJ Maxx.
That is funny.
But I love to look at like antique books or vintage books, and I like going to thrift stores for that reason. So In short, yes and no.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I do love thrift stores. I have in this town, little town where I live, we have like thrift stores and coffee shops galore. So it's a great place to live.
Oh my gosh, I'm
Um,
so jealous.
yeah. So I do like to make the rounds of my local thrift stores on a semi-regular basis. Yard sales, I have a hard time. I like the idea of yard sales, but unless it's a community yard sale where either they're all like in one parking lot or they're in a neighborhood and I can like walk to all of them, it wastes so much time and gas finding the different yard sales. And then you go there and, they just have junk or they don't have anything that particularly interests you. And
Right.
then you drive around for 10 more minutes trying to find another one on your list. So
Yeah.
I haven't done as much yard sailing in recent years because it feels like a waste of
Yeah.
time. But
I always feel awkward going up to people's houses too. Like I'm not shy. I'm not an extrovert. I've learned this about myself that I'm what they call an ambivert, which
oh
means
yeah,
that I have traits of both. Um, I'm very outgoing and I have a very bubbly personality and I'm not shy at all, but I have shyer tendencies when I'm in situations where I don't know people or situations I've never been in before. I can be shyer.
right.
And I also need alone time. I need,
Yeah.
like, I love being around people, especially friends, but like sometimes I just need my alone time. So I'm what they call an ambivert.
Yeah.
And, but like the thought sometimes of going up to a stranger's house and like rummaging through their stuff, like even if it's for sale, it gives me anxiety a little bit. It
Yeah.
makes me feel a little awkward. So I would need to have someone with me. I would never go thrifting by myself, like, or not thrifting,
Yard
yard
sailing.
sale.
Yeah.
Yeah, by myself. I would never do that. I would never be comfortable doing that by
Yeah.
myself. But would you? Would you do it by yourself?
I have. Um, but I don't like that as much, mostly because, and this is kind of silly, I really don't like to drive.
I hate driving.
Yeah,
I
I'd
hate
much rather be a passenger. And like I said,
it.
you have to, unless it's like a community yard sale or, like where everybody's in one place, like a flea market sort of situation kind of idea. I don't like driving to all the different
Right.
ones. It takes too much
Right.
time. So,
Growing up, I had a friend who would literally map out in the newspaper, like
oh
she
yeah.
mapped so that we could go like in a route, and then
Mhm.
that was more sensible to me. But like that sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, that makes sense, but it is a lot of work and takes forethought and stuff. I'm not usually very good at that part.
Yeah, no, me either. Neither. I just want to just walk into the thrift store, look for what I want to look for, and get out. That's the kind of shopper I am in general. Typically,
Yeah.
go in, get what I need, and get out. Again, I'm not a big shopper.
Yeah. I have my limits. Like I don't like just shopping like at a regular um, mall or Target, whatever. Like I don't just go there and browse around for fun, but um places like thrift stores, I will browse through there just because it's always something different. And also like Ross or TJ Maxx or Marshalls, I will browse through there and because it's always
Prices,
something different and it's cheaper
the
too.
prices, yeah.
Yeah.
The frugality again with the frugality.
Exactly. You don't feel guilty for the impulse purchase because,
Right,
it's not as
right.
much.
So speaking of introvert, extrovert, ambivert, you're an introvert, right?
I'm more introverted than not, but I am kind of ambivert as well. It's funny because I had a friend a while ago. She and I were like we have very similar personalities, and she was reading this book about introverts and extroverts. And she came to me two days. She was like, "I've decided that you and I are ambiverts." But I think I'm
Oh, you decided
closer.
this for me. Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm closer to the introverted side. I think that any kind of extroverted tendencies I have kind of came from maybe being in a large family am being used to having a lot of people around me.
Mhm.
Um, so I can I do very well, and I enjoy and I thrive on social situations where I'm comfortable. Like,
Mhm.
I know the people, I know the setting. But I don't like to go to places where I don't know the people very well, or it's not my usual circle, or that sort of thing. Or like if I feel awkward, like I'm not sure I'm gonna know how to behave in that particular social setting or whatever.
Mhm.
So I can't make myself at home in every social situation.
Right.
And those are kind of very draining for me. And also, when I am too much with people and talking a lot, it's really draining.
Yeah.
Um, it was really bad when my boys were younger. My husband and I both worked at the school where our boys went to school. It was a private school. And so we all went to school together and we came home together. And I would be so drained from teaching and talking all day with my students that we get in the car and all the other three would be like talking a mile a minute about their day. And I was like about to explode. But I couldn't because they're like trying to tell me about their day and stuff. And all I wanted to do was just be silent and not talk to anybody for like half
Yeah.
an hour.
Yeah. Yeah. I I definitely can relate to the, being comfortable in situations where you know people and where you
Mhm.
know how to act, because I definitely feel more drained when I'm like in bigger social settings, like bigger groups too.
Yeah.
Like it's just me and a few of my close friends. Like that energizes me. It
Mhm.
energizes me to be with like a handful of people that I'm super close to. But if
Right.
I'm in a situation like at a Bible study or something like that where I don't know everybody and I have to fake it till I make it,
Right.
that drains me. It
Yes.
drains me when I have to try too hard to fit in, if that makes
Right.
sense. We
Mhm.
also don't do well in big crowds. So like
Right.
concerts or like Black Friday shopping or sporting events or anything where there's like big groups of people terrify me. I can't do it, and it drains me.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind crowds. Again, I think that's part of like being in a large family. Like I'm used to being
Yeah.
surrounded by people. So that
Yeah.
doesn't bother me. Is if I don't have to interact with those people around me,
Mhm.
like make personal conversation with them.
Mhm.
That
I
part.
also find I'm very exhausted at the end of being a manager, because I'm a manager at TJ
Mhm.
Maxx,
Yeah.
because I'm constantly having to interact with people that I don't know very
Yeah.
well, the
Yeah.
customers and a lot of associates too, because we have a pretty big turnover rate where we'll get a bunch of new associates and then we have a bunch quit, get a bunch of new ones. So I feel like I constantly have to be on my
Right.
game, like
Yeah.
on my friendly, professional, polite game.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
it's so
Yes.
draining. And then I come home and I just want to sit. And people are like, "You're an extrovert." I'm like,
Mhm.
"You try."
Yeah.
I question it after a day of being a manager and dealing
Uh-huh.
with strangers all day.
Mhm.
So,
Yep.
yeah. So, your turn if you have any.
Oh, what dessert or treat is your weakness? Don't say you don't have one because that would just be rude.
I have I have that's the problem is I have so many. But my dairy allergy that I've recently
Mm,
developed has really made it limiting on what I can indulge in.
yeah.
But I would say cheesecake is a really big weakness. Anything chocolate or caramel is a big
Ooh,
weakness.
yeah.
Um, Ice cream, yeah, those would be the big ones. And coffee drinks that have,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I probably drink my calories in coffee, if I'm being honest.
It's easy to do.
Yeah.
I start adding all those pumps of flavor.
Yeah. What about
Yeah,
you?
my biggest weakness is definitely cinnamon rolls. Like
Ooh.
the yeasty kind with the glaze on top, or like sticky buns with the caramel kind of glaze on
Uh-huh.
top.
Oh my gosh, yum.
Those, yeah, I have a hard time resisting those
Yeah.
for sure.
Pastries in general are hard to resist.
Yes.
Yeah. Um, okay, we did the siblings question. Do you have any allergies?
Thankfully, I do not,
Oh,
except to amoxicillin, but that doesn't
oh,
really count.
that's unfortunate though, because that's literally the first drug that they recommend if you have an infection. That's
Yes.
unfortunate.
Yes.
I'm allergic to literally everything outside,
Oh,
like the trees, the grass, the pollen.
I had a friend like that growing up. She had to get like allergy shots all the time.
I'm not at that point yet, but I'm on some pretty heavy prescription allergy medications,
Yeah.
which make it, yeah, they drain me too. So
Yeah.
maybe it's not TJ Maxx. Maybe it's my allergy meds that
Yeah.
make
Yeah,
yeah, and
my
then
kids are allergic to things, but I'm
yeah,
not.
and then dairy is the only food allergy I have that I know of, and that's manageable also with a pill. So
Okay.
a very expensive over the counter, not over the counter, prescription strength probiotic. It's like
Okay.
$50 a bottle. So
Woo.
expensive. Yeah. And it's a really fancy name that I don't know how to pronounce.
Yeah, those probiotics have very strange names.
Yeah, the prescription ones. Yeah.
All of them, even
Yeah.
the ones that you can get over the counter, like lactobacillus acidophilus.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that might be it, but just prescription strength. What you
Okay,
just said.
that's
I
really,
think
really
that might be that sounds familiar.
strong.
Oh, that's funny. Funny. And then similarly, any phobias?
Ooh. Um, I mean, I don't know if it's technically a phobia, but I definitely do not like to be in the vicinity of certain creatures, like like spiders or snakes
That was you were talking about.
or mice. You know, those creepy things, those creepy crawly things.
You're so funny. I am terrified of mice.
Oh,
Terrified of mice. I actually like snakes,
okay.
crazy as it is.
I mean, somebody has to, I
There was a
guess.
point in my life where I thought I wanted a pet snake, and then I found out that you have to feed it mice. And
Oh,
that was game set match done. Nope,
mhm,
I can't do
mhm.
it. Is it sad I'm more scared of the mice than the snakes?
Yeah. I don't know. I
And, and
I mean, at
it's
least mice don't hurt you.
no, but they scare the crap out of you.
Yeah, I don't.
Like
I
they
don't want
just
that
come out of
honestly.
nowhere and scurry. Like the scurry is what scares me.
Yes, yes. I
Like
have
just
cooked there.
that they can startle you. Like it's the
Yes,
startle factor that I think I'm
yes.
more afraid of than the actual mouse is
Mhm.
the fact
Yeah,
that I
that's
know that it could come out of nowhere and startle me. That's
fair
probably
point.
what I'm more afraid of. I also don't love spiders, but I can kill them without any
Yeah,
issue.
if they're not
Um,
too big.
those
Yes.
centipedes. Do you know the
Yeah.
centipedes?
Mhm.
Yeah, those are nasty too. I'm terrified of those. I usually make Steve kill those because I
We
can't do
don't
it.
usually have those inside around here.
Oh my gosh. In our basement,
And what the-
especially, we get them.
Yeah.
Oh,
When I was growing up, we lived in Westminster, Maryland, which is kind of a rural-ish. Well, back then it was in the 80s. It was not a very big town at all. And where we lived, like we could see a farm from our window. And so mice were a thing, like, you know, as a fact of life. So we always had like mouse traps or whatever. And one Christmas, I will never forget the trauma.
Oh
we
no.
got our, we got our boxes of Christmas decorations out from under the stairs where where we had stored them.
Oh no.
And unbeknownst to us, a mouse had made a nest in one of the boxes. And when we opened it up, like 5 or 6 little baby mice went scurrying out of it and scattered around the house.
No.
And I could not
No.
sleep that night. I could not sleep. And when I
No.
did sleep, I dreamed about baby mice running all over
Oh
my
my-
bed. And then I woke up in horror and terror. It was awful.
No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
But I do not like mice. And earlier this year, now we have never had a mouse in our house. We have an outside cat in the neighborhood. It's not ours, but it wanders the neighborhood. That cat is so fat. I'm pretty sure it like handles all the mice in the neighborhood. So I really appreciate it. But there are mice at our church actually. So, and my husband is the building manager at our church. So he has to like take care of the mice population in the church. So he does, like he handles it, but
God
they're
bless him.
at the church. So there was one time our car had been parked at the church. And yes. And I think it was like, I don't know. I feel like it was overnight or something. Anyway, yeah, we opened the glove compartment one day and there were little mouse droppings in the glove compartment. I was like, oh no. Oh no, no, no. Oh no. No. Not doing it.
That's all I have to see, and I'm like, I am not even. No, I'm walking away.
So we like cleaned out actually, not only did we clean out the glove compartment, like the whole entire car. I was like, everything is out of this car, like vacuuming and I'm scrubbing and I'm scouring the whole car. And then we went to the store and we bought like all of the anti-mouse things. And my husband put some kind of, I don't even know what kind of trap, like he put some kind of trap in the glove compartment. And thankfully, over the first night, he caught a mouse and he dealt with it. So I didn't ever even see it. And I was still a little bit nervous to like drive the car because I did not want to be driving and then have like little mouse feet skimpering over me or like, no, that would be like an accident for sure. So
our most recent thing with a mouse. So I walked into my house and instantly I knew because I could smell. I could smell something had died in my house.
Oh.
And I told my husband, I said, I know what a dead mouse smells like. And we have a dead mouse in this house. And I said, I am letting myself out of the house. He was at work. And he had like probably a good like 4 hours left of his shift before he was going to be home. Goodness. Like, I'm letting myself out of the house. The Huskies are with James, my husband's friend here in town. I said, I'm going to go sit at Barnes & Noble or somewhere. I can't remember where I went until you are home and you can deal with this. I knew. So there's a little space in between our fridge and the wall.
Oh. And
he had put, after he emptied the bag of dog food into the airtight container, he put the empty big bag of dog food in that little crevice between the fridge and the wall. And a mouse had fallen into that bag. And died. And could not get out.
Oh.
So how long was it there, Anne? Before I smelled it?
No. Oh, no. Ah. Husband.
God bless him. He dealt with it. But that's the most recent. Our mouse problem has been very minimal since we got the Huskies.
Oh, okay.
So I'm pretty sure that they're like pheromones or something keep them away for the most part, but they must have one of them got in because that was bad.
Yeah.
To this day, I'm still a little scared to go into that kitchen.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie to you.
that would do it.
It's bad. I don't know if I would have had the courage to drive your car, Anne, after
I
that.
know. Yeah. I started to feel better the more time went by without any new droppings.
Yeah. Yeah. All you
Gained
gotta do is
confidence.
see that little dropping and it just changes everything.
Oh,
It just
yes.
changes it. It's like it's just one.
Mhm,
I'm like, where there's one, there are many, babe.
mhm.
There's one, there's usually many.
Yes. Yep.
All right. Well, I'm gonna hit a couple more comments. Did you ask
Yes.
another question?
Um,
Ooh, Paige uploaded another video.
oh, good.
Go check that out.
Yay. Hearts and goals. Oh, is this Carolyn Miller?
Carolyn Miller.
Hello.
Hi. Is this Jess? Is that her name?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Welcome, girl.
Oh, good. I'm glad you liked it. So
I'm
good.
gonna have to check it out. I'm gonna have to check it out.
Hello.
Hi, Monique. Thanks for all the love on Instagram. I appreciate it, girl. Edition of the Hunger Games.
Oh.
Didn't get it, but the art was neat. Cool. I'll have to check it out. That sounds very cool.
My son would like that.
Is he a big Hunger Games?
Yeah.
So pick up the energy of those around me. Cool.
That makes sense.
Yeah, one of the things that I found interesting about ambiverts is their ability to adapt to different situations. So, like, you may be uncomfortable in a certain situation, but if you're an ambivert, you can still survive, I think is the right word they said. Like, you can fake it, essentially. Bye, Cece. Thanks for stopping, girl.
Good night.
God bless your worship tomorrow. She leads worship at her church.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And Jamie's back. Yay.
Woo.
I don't really do a lot. Do you do anything? Does your church do like a harvest party or anything like that? Because
our church has tried a bunch of different things. But there's a church literally just down the street from us that's kind of really a big church, very well known in our community. And for many years, they have done a big party on Halloween, and they have all kinds of like carnival games for the kids, and they always have like food trucks there, and like a petting zoo, and they even have like one or two carnival rides.
Nice.
It's a big thing. And so it's right down the street from us, and my kids love it. Now they're getting a little old for it. They do a middle school one, but even my youngest is in 8th grade, so they're getting old for even that. But
how old's your oldest?
My oldest is in 10th grade. He's 16. He just turned 16.
Okay.
So like they don't like to dress up anymore.
Right.
So, but they do like to get the candy.
Yeah, yep. I was gonna say teenagers, they probably still want the candy.
They throw the candy at you, and like, you can fill a bag with candy. So
yeah.
So we'll probably still, well, actually my son has a school event this year that happened to fall on Halloween, but well, the oldest one does. So the youngest one, I guess, we'll take him to the party.
Nice.
Church.
Nice. The church that I grew up in, we used to have what we call the harvest thing, where we dressed up like Bible characters, and they had like the games and the bobbing for apples and all of that. But the church that I'm at now, I don't think they do that. So my husband and I usually just get like a couple bags of candy. We don't get very many trick-or-treaters here in our neighborhood, but we usually get like a bag of candy and just to hang out. But
yeah,
other than that, we dressed up last year with the Huskies. We were Little Red Riding Hood and the Huntsman. Then the Huskies were the Big Bad Wolf Pack. So that's pretty cute.
That is cute.
This year I thought it would be cute to be like Beauty and the Beast and have them be the like wolves that attack.
Oh,
Beast. You know, that's that scene. But I don't know, time's escaping me. I don't know that I'm going to have time or resources to make that happen. But yeah, Little Red Riding Hood was pretty fun.
Yeah.
It was pretty cute.
We gave up early on in our marriage. Like every house that we've lived in, we've never gotten anybody. Where we are now, we're like at the bottom of a hill and there's other houses in front of us. So I think people go to the houses in front of us and don't bother to come down the hill to our house.
So you don't even buy candy at all? Like you don't even have like just a small bag in case?
No, wow. It has ended up being pointless because like we've never once given one, like nobody's ever knocked at our door. So like, and we leave the light on and everything, you know.
Wow.
So we gave up. We don't even try anymore.
Wow. Oh, sad. Yeah. Don't celebrate Halloween. We just have a normal night. Husband, if he works, does get candy to hand out to kids out of his squad car.
Oh, that's cool.
God bless your husband. He's a cop, right? I think she said her husband's a cop. Your mom passes out candy to trick-or-treaters. Otherwise, it's normal night. Yeah. I don't like the scary, creepy ghosts, witches side of it. But the costumes and seeing all the kids in their costumes and that's really cute. I do like that part of it.
And we don't like decorate for it or anything or do any of that stuff.
I feel like this would have been the month for me to read a Jamie Jo Wright book.
It's a good time of year to read it. They're always a little bit spooky, but they're not like, some of them are more so than others. But of the ones I've read.
Yeah, God bless your husband, Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
Tell him thank you for his service. Nice. Alrighty. Well, how are you feeling, lady? Do you want to do one more sprint and call it a night, or do you want to just call it a night?
Well, I think I should probably stop here.
Okay.
My family is currently downstairs watching a football game, but I think that they're going to be ready to come and disturb my peace any moment here. So,
okay. Yeah,
and then we probably should go to bed because we do have church and stuff tomorrow.
Yeah, it's 9:45 here, which means it's 11:15 there. So I want to be respectful of your time, but not at ask. Well, thank you so much for being here. Really, it was a blast. I'm glad we could finally do this.
Yes.
To try to do it again, maybe after the holidays. Try to figure something out. Things calm down a little bit. That would be awesome. Thank you, everyone, for being here in the comments. If you are not subscribed to Anne for whatever reason, please go subscribe to her. Please go subscribe. She's amazing at In Search of Wonder. I will make sure to reshare this live stream and tag her. So definitely go subscribe. If you're here from her channel, please subscribe to me.
Yes. This is so much fun.
Yes, you guys are all awesome, and I love doing these sprints, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much again. God bless your worship tomorrow, everybody, and God bless your night. Thank you. Love you all. Bye-bye.
Good night. Bye.